Clayton's season of The Bachelor starts filming Tuesday at Bachelor Mansion. Hey guys, welcome back. We have a big update on the long anticipated season of The Bachelor. But before we get into it, make sure you subscribe to our channel, ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future updates. As always, I'm your host, Morgan Wright, joined today by Mariah Davis. Mariah, scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for Clayton, who we do not know to be the next Bachelor?
A full 10. I think I'm mainly excited because Clayton is a brand new face. We literally don't know anything about him except for what we've read online. We haven't seen him on screen before. We don't know what his character is like, except for what we've kind of inferred just by digging on his social media. I think that's what's so exciting to me is that he's just brand new and it's like this new person that we get to uncover and we get to see relationships blossom. So let's go. I'm so excited. And he's very handsome too, which doesn't hurt.
Yes, he definitely is. RealitySteve is reporting that Clayton's season of The Bachelor is starting to film on Tuesday at Bachelor Mansion. I mean, the headline is one sentence long, but there are so many things to break down. First of all, Tuesday, the Michelle season hasn't even started airing yet. So to me, that was a huge shock. Also, they're finally back at Bachelor Mansion. Mariah, what are your takeaways from this announcement?
First of all, I'm just so excited that we're finally back at the mansion. So much has changed since Peter's season, which he was the last one to be in the mansion. We don't really know who our long term host is going to be. We've had two co hosts, had multiple different hosts during Bachelor in Paradise. So we need something familiar like the Bachelor Mansion. And I'm excited that the women who are going to be participating in The Bachelor are going to be able to have that traditional experience. I'm hoping that there will even be some travel. I think that was something that was so fun to watch play out is people get to travel to other countries and experience new culture, but like with the Bachelor or Bachelorette, such dreamy dates, so romantic. So I'm ecstatic. I'm so excited that we're going to get back to some more tradition and I'm hoping that they get the full experience.
Yeah, I feel like that is what's been lacking from the past couple of seasons. And of course, you have to take it with a grain of salt because we are living through a global pandemic. So it's like, we have to take every safety precaution to make sure that the contestants and the lead and the production and everybody stays safe. But it's just like, my brain goes back to when they had to recreate their New York City date, Zach and Tasha, and they're calling a cardboard cab. You know what I mean? It just like sometimes was so cringy. But like you said, just excited to have a little bit of normalcy back in the Bachelor franchise. With that, the franchise is still looking for their permanent host. RealitySteve also said in that same announcement that the franchise was looking for a new permanent solo host, but they have decided not to go with fan favorite Bachelor in Paradise bartender Wells Adams. I want to get your reaction to that first, and then maybe we can speculate on who it might be. But what do you think about it not being Wells?
Personally, I am very disappointed. I think when all of this first came up, when it was, okay, we have to find a new host for this show, immediately my mind rushed to Wells Adams because I love him. Like entire Bachelor Nation just loves him. He has such a great personality. He can be such a confidant, but also a friend to the contestants. And I would have loved to see him in that position. But he did tell Entertainment Tonight that hosting was just not the job that he would be interested in and he would rather stick to bartending. And despite me being disappointed that he's not going to be the permanent host, I also appreciate the honesty because if you're a host, listen, your life is going to be under a magnifying glass, maybe even more so than the current bachelor or bachelorette because you're the permanent host. And maybe he just doesn't want to live his life like that, which I'm totally okay with. And I appreciate the transparency. I would just rather be a bartender. Love that. So, aside from him, though, I really have no idea who could be filling in that role. I mean, I think I'd be totally fine with it being someone within Bachelor Nation. I think we would all be more comfortable, I would say, with someone that's somewhat familiar to us. And It's been a unique element with Katie's season to be able to see 2 co-hosts that have already experienced the same thing that she experienced. They were able to advise her, they were able to guide her, and I would love to see that in the future, but also I wouldn't be disappointed if we have a new face. Maybe it's gonna be someone within the ABC family, maybe it's gonna be someone that none of us even know. I find that a little bit less likely, but it's kind of makes me nervous because I literally have no idea who it's gonna be.
Yeah, I agree with you on the Wells front that I just feel like his personality fits Bachelor in Paradise better than it would The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. I also feel that way about David Spade. I would love David Spade to be the permanent host of Bachelor in Paradise. I don't think that it would
Yes.
work the same on The Bachelor or The Bachelorette because, like you said, it's just a bit more serious. You did mention that, maybe it's in the ABC family. Some names that have been thrown out so far: Michael Strahan, who is a part of the ABC family. He actually interviewed Chris Harrison at the beginning of the at the beginning of the end for Chris Harrison, I guess we can put it that way. Also, former Bachelor Jesse Palmer has kind of been thrown around. I feel like I could see that happening. But Mariah, I agree with you. Like, my guess is as good as yours. I have no idea. And I don't really have a lot of expectations or really desires because we have only seen one host ever in Chris Harrison. So we don't even really have anything else to compare it to. And we're not going to know until we just take the deep dive in, 2 feet, head first, whichever way you want to dive into the pool, and give somebody else a complete and new chance. So time will tell. We have no idea who the next host is. All right, Mariah, before we wrap this up, I have one final question for you specifically. Reality Steve is also saying that Clayton is going to get a lot of pageant girls. Since you were Miss Oklahoma, do you know anyone that's going on the show? Have you noticed any of your pageant friends kind of going MIA on social media lately?
That's a really good question. I will say, I know that we were all poached hardcore during our year for future reality TV shows. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of them definitely took the bait on that because some people, once their pageant career ends, they're looking for the next big thing, and maybe going on The Bachelor will be it. However, I do not know if I had any tea, I would spill it for shared news. But now that you mentioned the lack of posting on IG, I'm literally gonna go through my class and see, like, okay, she hasn't posted in a while. It could be her. It's definitely a possibility. We know pageant girls like to get some screen time, and that's no offense to pageant girls. Okay, I am one proudly, but who knows? It's definitely a possibility. And Clayton is so handsome, so like all women everywhere are gonna be trying to get a chance to go on a date with him.
Yeah, so you do some research, go through your friends
I
list,
got
and
you.
then come back to us with the tea. All right, you guys, that's all we have for you. This big update on what's going to be happening with Clayton's season of The Bachelor. I just can't even wait to meet him because I feel like I have no idea who I'm talking about when I'm talking about Clayton. Let us know in the comments if you are excited, who you think should be the new permanent host of The Bachelor franchise. We love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Like I said before, if you are new here, make sure you subscribe to our channel, ring the bell so you don't miss out on any Bachelor Nation updates. While you're at it, you can come say hi to myself or Mariah on our social media pages. Our handles are on the screen right now. Thank you guys again for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.